So we just want to solve this system. So the first thing in this particular example is we have to pull in some of our techniques that we have from just solving singular systems or singular equations. So one of the techniques that we want to use is, what do we want to do to this one? Do you guys want to work with those fractions? I don't. So we want to clear the fractions here. And I'm going to review these two techniques. Okay? These are things from section 1.5, I believe. What are we going to do here? Yeah, we're going to multiply by 10, 100,000 in this case, but the technique is we're going to clear the decimals. So that could be our first step, okay, in these equations. So let's just work with the first one, equation 1. What do I want to multiply this equation by to clear the fraction? Not the lowest common denominator, but the least common multiple, which is, well, what's the denominator here? 1. So what's the least common multiple of 2, 3, and 1? So I want to multiply this equation by 6. 6 times x over 2 plus y over 3 is equal to negative 4. Now this is a little abusive notation, but that's how I keep track of it. I put my entire equation in brackets, and I'm multiplying it by 6. And now you just think about it as distributing that 6 everywhere. So I'm going to have 6x over 2, so the 6 times x on top over 2, 6 times y on top over 3 is equal to 6 times a negative 4 is negative 24. And what is 6 over 2? So this is just 3x plus, what is this one? 2y, good, equals negative 24. So now we're going to call, this is our new first equation without the fractions. For the second equation, what did you say I wanted to multiply this to clear the decimals? 1,000, because if I multiply it by 10, the decimal moves to the right once. If I multiply it by 100, the decimal will move to the right twice. Do you guys remember that rule? If you multiply it by 1,000, the decimal will move to the right 3 times. So I've got to remember to do the same sort of thing that I did here. 1,000 times 0.009x plus 0.002y is equal to 0. Distribute the 1,000 everywhere, and I get 9x plus 2y is equal to 1,000 times 0 is 0. So there's our new equation. So now I'm working with this one and this one. Okay? So now looking at these two equations, if you want to rewrite this as a system, you can rewrite it. Doesn't matter which one you put on top, but you can just rewrite them as a system if that helps you. Okay. Now looking at this new system, out of the two methods, elimination or substitution, which one do you think we want to use? Substitution, why? You can use both, but why did you say substitution?
I think elimination would be a lot better.
Elimination, why do you say elimination?
Because you can just easily multiply the second one with negative 1.
Yeah, what if we even just subtracted these? And then I'd have 2y, and then I'm subtract the 2y. Would that eliminate the y's? Yeah. So you can think of it as, let me rewrite it. Substitution will work, but you have to do something that I haven't really mentioned yet. So, but you can do substitution. You could have substituted for a 2y. That's could have what you could have done. And if you want me to, I'll go back and do that. But to subtract them, 9x plus 2y is equal to 0. And then I'm going to subtract the equation 3x plus 2y is equal to a negative 24. So 9x minus 3x is 6x. 2y minus 2y does what? It makes the y's drop out. Well, that's what we want, right? And then you have your equals. And 0 minus a negative 24. So how do you subtract a negative 24? That's the same thing as what? Yeah, you've got two negatives, that turns into positive. 24. Now, what have we got? 6x equals 24. What is x? 4. Are we done? Nope. What have I got to do? Now I've got to figure out my y. Remember, a solution to a system is a point. All I've got is a number. I need another number to get my point. You got a question? Does it matter which equation we plug it into? No, it doesn't matter. What do you mean the negative? Yeah, you can plug it into that. That's fine. So let's plug this x into here. So we get, plug in 9 instead of x, I have 4 plus 2y is equal to 0. 9 times 4 is what, 36? Plus 2y is equal to 0. Subtract your 36. 2y is negative 36. And divide by 2 to get y is negative 18. Any questions?